All right, so let me get things moving and share my screen. Okay. So the first thing we are going to do is to do some keyword research. Now, with Google Display Network, there are lots of ways you can target. What most people do is to just throw in an audience or two, make a custom segment audience and run it. Where you can't do a lot of testing and then you very quickly run out of targeting options if you were to do it the way most people do. And then you will be wondering whether display network is worth it or not. The way I'm going to show you, you will never run out of options. You will never run out of audiences. And you are only going to be limited by your imagination. So you can have keywords, topics, audiences, custom segments. You can overlay these on top of each other, and then see which one works and which ones don't. So what we're trying to do is to test a lot of targeting options, throw a lot of things on the wall and see what sticks and what doesn't. And it's going to be like the 80-20. 20% of the campaigns or ad groups are going to give you 80% of the results. And most of them won't work. But then what we don't want to do is to create hundreds of campaigns or ad groups, which will take ages in the interface which we are in right now. Well, we will be once I share my screen. So it makes it very tedious and time consuming and pretty much impractical to set up a campaign the way I'm going to show you in a little while. So let's share my screen. Okay. Yeah, you can see my screen. That's right. So first of all, what I'm going to do is to do some keyword research, grab about 100 odd keywords, and I'm going to make an ad group, a campaign, and then have lots of ad groups in it with one keyword and one audience targeting in one ad group. And obviously we'll have our ads in there as well. Each one will have its own keyword in it. Now, if you got 100 keywords, you will have 100 ad groups. If you got 300 keywords, you will have 300 ad groups. Now, you try and do this in the interface. It's not practical. It can be done. It's going to take you hours, if not days, and you will never do it. Whereas the way I'm going to show you in a minute is going to take you literally minutes and turn days and hours of work into minutes. So let's go into our keyword planner, and I'm gonna go for Google Ads and see what keywords I get. I'll sort them out like this. Can you see my screen properly? Okay, now I think it's a bit better. All right, I'll go through these, but because I'm just demonstrating this right now, I'm just going to select a handful of keywords. 81. I can do a bit more. All right, 94. And then we go to this button for copy my keywords. So don't spend lots of times on keyword research. We just want a handful of keywords to see which ones work and which ones don't work. So as you can see, it took me less than a minute to just grab a handful of keywords. Then I'm going to go to my spreadsheet. And under the keyword column, I'm going to paste my keywords. There should be 84 keywords over here. Oh, sorry, it's 94 keywords here. All done, right? Then you can select any audience you like. I've just put in e-commerce business. So people who are in e-commerce business, they are more likely to be interested in Google Ads, want to learn, or want to hire an agency like ours to run the ads for them. So I've selected one e-commerce audience type. I'm just gonna drag this to the bottom so they're all equal. And then I'm going to drag this as well. And I'm going to, so all of them should have a campaign name, ad group name, a keyword, and an ad group. Now, the tedious and the time consuming bit is creating separate ad groups. Now, please don't ask me for this spreadsheet because it's just a little formula which you need to make in Google Sheets or Excel, where I've got the word audience in front and then the ampersand D2, which is that cell, and then I've combined it with the keyword, which is the C2. So if I were to click out, and it will then show me as audience equals to e-commerce and business, so e-commerce business, and K, which is keyword, equals to Google Ads. So you will see over here, it's Google Local Ads, AdSense, Google AdSense, AdWords. Unless there are multiple ad groups with the same keyword, we will not have any problems. Even if you have it in later on, it's just going to ignore it because you'll only get one ad group per keyword, and then we'll have the audience in it. So this took me less than a minute or so to set up my 94 campaigns with each ad group, 94 ad groups, each one with its own keyword and an audience. Audience, we're going to keep it consistent because we want to test the same audience with different keywords. And then you can make a different campaign with a different audience and different keywords. All right. And I've just made a name for my campaign name as to where it is, what it is all about. Okay, I'll change it to keyword equals to Google Ads. Google Ads. And if I want to change that, I'll just drag this blue corner bit right down to the bottom. Okay, so all my campaign is done. Now I'm going to select the header as well as to the bottom right, copy all of these. And now we go to the magic bit where the magic is going to happen. So Google Ads Editor is a free Google Ads tool which works on both Mac and PC. I would say 95% of people or users of Google Ads don't know whether this tool even exists. And those who do know about it don't know how to use it to the maximum potential as well, because you need to have that spreadsheet, it's a two-step process. You need to organize your campaign, ad groups, keywords, and so on in that spreadsheet, and then come here and pretty much copy and paste it, which is how you do it over here. Now I need to do this a little bit differently so you can see what I'm doing. Let me try and fit this on the window. Okay. That works. Or I might do a different one. Hold on a second. This won't work properly. Okay. Oh, it's done the other way around now. Okay, why is that doing it? There you go. Okay, so now we can see the whole interface of the Google Ads editor. You have the dark version as well as, where is the light one? Okay, yeah, there you go. You got the light version. I like the dark one, so I'll keep it the way it is. Okay. Now, okay, come on. All we need to do is to paste it. So we've got campaign, ad group, and what else we had? Keyword and audience. 4 things we need to copy and paste. So if I go to the ad group level and paste it, then the campaign is going to get pasted. So I'm going to click on multiple changes. My data includes campaign, ad group. So it should add 1 campaign and 94 ad groups, as you can see on the screen. I'm happy with that. Then I go to my keywords. I'm going to keep this. Now, whether you've got 94 ad groups or 9,400 ad groups, it really doesn't matter. It takes the same amount of time. 94 keywords imported. So if I were to go back to my campaign, my ad group, you will see the name in the ad group name is AdSense and the keyword is AdSense. Keyword is ad setting Google. Keyword name in the ad group name is ad setting Google. Keyword is ad setting Google. Ads local. It will match. 101% is going to match. If there are any errors, it will be a human error, but this works seamlessly. You will only see 1 keyword per ad group because that's the way we have set up our spreadsheet, and nothing else will go in here. The last thing I need to set up is my audiences. I go to all my ad groups and go to my audiences. Now I can either copy and paste multiple changes like this, the way I did it. I'll show it to you. And now I've got my audience column over here, process, and it has skipped for some reason. Now it's typical that it will happen when we are trying to do this live. So that's fine, not a problem. There is more than one way to skin a cat. I will go here, click on this, and then I can interest category. Let's say if it comes up over here. Sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to type in, let's say, advertising. So let's say I'm doing, this is just for demonstration. I'm going to select this SEO and SEM services. Now this is where the power of the editor comes in. Now I've changed my audience from e-commerce business to SEO and SEM services. All the ad group names are wrong. The way you would do it is do one at a time, which is going to take you ages, right? So now, and I'm glad that error happened because I'm showing you something really cool. Select at ad group level, select all of them, replace text, ad group name. I'm going to say e-commerce business to SEO and SEM, or whatever that audience name was. Boom. All of them done in a fraction of a second. All 94. And that is why, if you are serious about running Google Ads, this is critical to the success or failure of your campaigns. Because if you go back to what I said earlier on, only a minute percentage of people know how to do this. And you're learning this from me right now. So you're in that top 3 to 5%. And you can up your game. You can do, well, when your clients see this, they're going to be, wow, this guy has put in so much work. Well, you have, because, okay, it took you 5 minutes to set up the whole campaign, but it has taken you years to invest your time, resources, energy, and possibly you spent money as well learning this. So don't think that, oh, it took me 5 minutes. Sometimes to do this work it took me years to learn this. Nobody taught me before. Going back 7, 8 years, there was very little internet or very little content on the internet, on Google Ads, or learning how to do all of this stuff. I've got my campaign. I've got my ad group. I've renamed my ad group. I've got one keyword per ad group, which is 94. And I've got my audiences. If I were to go in one, there you go. If I go left, audiences, there you go. SEO and SEM services. Each one will have the audience, right? The last bit is my campaign settings and my ads. So I'm going to put in budget $1 or whatever it is. Campaign type, you can choose whichever one it is over from here. You can choose pretty much everything, start date, end date. You want to include, exclude the display network. I mean, this is for the GDN anyway, so I would, instead of campaign type, I would put in display. And ad schedule. Best thing is to put, once you uploaded this campaign from here, you then download it and change it if you want to. If I want to run this on display only or mobile only, I can just put in -100 on desktop, -100 on tablet. Locations, language, targeting method, all of this can be set up from here, no problem. I've done my campaign settings. And now the last bit are the ads. So again, you don't need to do this one at a time. You go to my responsive display ads. I wish Google sourced these out by alphabetical order. It is really annoying to look for it. Okay, responsive. I will select. Let's say I made a mistake and I've just made one campaign in one ad group. Let's do that. So I'm going to put in my long headline, description, business name. I think I might have some images from before, yeah. So you can add your images as well. I'm just going to randomly pick up a few. And then the final URL. Okay. Call to action. Don't forget, I want to say learn more. You can change the main color, accent color, and so on. I'm not going to do that now. Formats, do all formats recommended, right? And that's it. And if you want to add a label of some kind to this ad, you can add a label as well. Now, why is this giving me an error message here? So whenever you see this red, that means that's an error. That means it's empty. I'm going to delete this. Come on. Add at least one to one. Okay, saying to me, I need to add a square. Why is it doing that? And not letting me delete it either. Okay, that's deleted. That's deleted. That's deleted. And add. Okay. Okay, now that's gone away. So it just wanted a square shape image. Okay. So I put my images in here. I've got everything sorted out. And I post. One campaign, 94 ad groups, 94 keywords, location is 1, 94 audiences, 1 responsive ad. Okay, before I post it, I only got 1 responsive ad instead of 94 because each ad group should have 1. Cancel. Copy this ad. Select all the ad groups, which would be 93. And paste. Boom. Job done. Now you can see, I don't think you'll be able to see properly on your screen. I can't zoom in because of the nature of this editor. I won't be able to zoom in, but you can see that ads, it says here 94 and responsive display ads 94. So now when I post, one campaign, 94, 94, 94 audiences, 94 responsive ads, post. When they all go green, that's in your Google Ads interface. If there is an error, you will find it over here and it will not update. The beauty of editor is you cannot break anything. If there's something which is wrong, like it gave me that error for that image, it won't let me upload that ad, right? So that is why you can practice as much as you like over here without having to upload anything. Just don't do this last bit, which is posting. Delete, then start again, delete, start again, play with lots of different, everything you can do in here. Let's go to our account just to show you guys that it has actually uploaded. There you go. Right, should be 94. There you go, 94 ad groups. And if I go into one, got my ad, which has got those images and the headlines, descriptions, which I had put in. It's all here. And let's go to our audiences. There you go. That audience is here. Everything will be here. Go to the settings. The budget is here. Location. Everything will be here. So that's how you set up a display campaign. And you can do similar stuff for YouTube as well. There's no reason why you can't, because all you are doing is changing the campaign type. And then all you do is change the ads to video.